Yep, I'm hunting Alabama public lands again. I really like hunting public lands. You get to spread out more, find more locations. You're not confined as much as you would be in hunting clubs, although I do hunt in hunting clubs as well. Really, I just like hunting where deer are. But I'm next to a bed area, a major doe bed area, and as you can see, these does are wearing the leaves out on these little bushes and trees, and most of the time, probably, I guess 70-80% of the time, deer feed on this kind of stuff: browse, forbs, leaves on trees, honeysuckle, greenbrier. I don't know the names of all these things, but you can locate and find these little browse lines in and around close to their bed areas. The trails going in and out, they almost look like little tunnels that they're standing in there. You can sit right on top of them and deer will just filter through and feed. We got a cold front coming in. This is in the rut, December, and you can see snow falling. You don't get snow in Alabama very often, so this cold front that's coming through, the temperature's dropping. These deer are a little more inclined to maybe put food in their belly. So I've got the perfect storm for deer feeding. You just see that tunnel, how they just kind of walk right through. Looks like little tunnels going in and out. That's the kind of things I look for when I'm looking for a high traffic doe bed areas. And this is kind of on the outer edge of it. These does bed about maybe 40, 50, 60 yards top from here, up on a little ridge top that's a lot thicker than it is here in this little draw where I'm sitting. You can see her, she's headed back up the hill, but they'll act like they're going to bed, and then they'll turn right back around and come down there and feed some more, because I think this snow that's coming in, pushing this cold air in, has kind of got them triggered to feed. Some people will say the moon phase triggers it, and I'm not going to argue with them whether it does or not, because about as many people who say it does, you got other biologists and researchers that say it has no effect at all. But I know for sure that the moon phase affects a lot of different things in nature, so I wouldn't be surprised one bit if it don't affect a deer's stomach, and maybe their activity along with cold and other weather conditions together might make for a perfect storm. And those are the kind of things that I like to get in. You can see it's really starting to come down, and you can see all the browse and the bushes and everything that's green this time of year. That's another, if you see green stuff and it's thick, you're looking at potential food. And I literally sat right here in this tree until it covered the ground in snow, because, well, one thing, I was just enjoying the snow. But you never know, these cold snaps really get deer active. That's a pretty heavy snow for it to go from no snow to covered ground snow in Alabama. It's another day, and I'm back in the same spot. I've moved maybe 40 yards up in this thing closer to the bed area, and there's a doe come through that looked like she might be in heat, and got this buck up, which he beds on the end of the knob. I've been after this sucker, wanting to get a look at him. I didn't even know what he looked like. All I saw was his sign, his tracks, and the rubs, and all the active scrapes around the area was just blowing my mind. And here he comes. That, my friends, is a nice buck deer. When you see tines and beam lengths that long, it gets you really excited. My heart's about to explode out of my chest right now. And I tried drawing my bow back, and he throwed that head up because he heard that noise, and I just froze at half draw. I don't want to get busted by this joker. And he got his head up looking all around. As soon as he moves, I finished my draw. But I don't have a good shot angle, and he's moving too fast. My mind's going 1,000,000 miles a minute, trying to figure out where am I going to get a shot in this mess. Of course, he stops right behind the tree. In my mind, when he takes 1 inch step forward, I'm letting that arrow fly because I'm going to put it right in him. Perfect.
Matt! Matt! Yes!
I admit I'm watching the deer and I ain't paying no attention to that camera whatsoever, guys. I just completely forgot what I was doing.
Oh my Lord. That is a giant. That's a giant buck. I got him. I got him. Oh Lord. I thought I was busted there for a second. Oh, I made a good shot on him. It went right through the chest. I know he's down over there. I heard him crash. Oh God, he's a big buck. That's a nice one. That's got to be the best one I've killed with my bow so far. And I know I got that record button pushed. There's some more deer around here coming. That doe's still up there. He's chasing a doe. I didn't get the doe on film, but she's right up there. There's another deer over here. I can hear it coming. Oh, this is a great morning. I got good blood on my arrow all the way down the shaft. I got a pass-through shot. Good deal.
Mr. Cicero,
This is unbelievable.
that is a jolly beautiful Alabama buck.
You ain't joking. My heart has gone absolutely berserk over this deer. When I shot this deer, I seen this deer run for 100 yards at least. And I heard him crash. And I thought, he's got to be down. And we ain't found a single drop of blood until, how far, this deer run, would you say this deer run 300 yards?
Yeah, around the bottom of that hill. You shot him right over yonder.
I shot him on the other side of that ridge over there.
On the other side of that, and
He run all the way around the end of that ridge.
ran up in it.
Yeah, ran up in it. That's where I heard him crash on top up there. And then he come back out of it. I heard him get back up, and he come back out. And we didn't find blood until like somewhere around that pine tree, last 40 yards, 50 yards top, we found blood.
Down there past that pine tree that's got the white paint and the ribbon on it.
Yeah.
So they find him being right up here on top of that hill. And he came right off.
He came off that hill.
Blood right there in the bottom, about that big pine tree that's got the white paint on it and the ribbon around it.
That's about
50 yards.
50 yards worth of blood.
And there he lays right there.
And I was standing, I was looking so hard on the ground. I had my reading glasses on, couldn't see squat.
Hey folks.
I was standing, where was I standing?
Come up through here. Just like this, and I'm back there just watching him. And he got right here, and he done this. Oh God! He just fell backwards.
Deer gave me a heart attack. He's standing right there right on him, I mean. I want to get the sun right.
You going towards the truck with it when you drag it, ain't you?
Come on, sucker, you going home with me?
You want me to have that bow?
You won't drag this deer far.
I couldn't drag that deer 2 feet.
Alright. That's about a good opening as you can get right there. Man, that arrow come out.
He ought to have been bleeding like crazy.
Blood on the bow right there. I don't care. I want to get around here. Get some. I'm gonna lay him up like this.
I'm gonna get around on the other side of you so I can.
I want you to get a little bit stiff.
He's bad stiff. 3 hours, 4 hours, ain't it?
Yeah, about 4 hours. We wasn't sure. Get down on you on the ground there. Let's see. That'd make a good picture right there, won't it?
That's a good one.
Oh my Lord. That deer.
That's the best bow. Hey, you got a double hole in the horn. There's 2 holes in that antler on this side. Ain't there?
That's just a nick.
No, it's the same place the other hole's at.
Right here.
Put your finger in the big hole and look.
Oh,
You got another hole there.
I wonder what causes them holes like
It's a wolf.
You think that's what it is?
Yeah, same thing as a gray squirrel has in them.
That's two hole in the horn bucks. Oh my Lord. Would you look at that deer?
That 8-point better than mine.
That is,
I love with him there.
I love it too.
Them G1s, that's what it is, G1 that curves in at the top.
That is, when I seen him coming through the woods, I knew that this was a big buck. There was no doubt about it whatsoever. I knew good and well this was a buck of a lifetime. I can't even talk. I'm so nervous I can't even talk. Man, what a deer.
That one will definitely go on the wall.
This is a wall hanger. He's going right dead in the center of all them others. He is mercy. What a deer.
Shoot, them G1s is 10, 11 inches long, ain't they?
That is awesome.
Dad might not know his G1s, G3s, and 2s, but he knows how to kill them.
I don't know what to tell you, but other than I can't beat that. I wasn't steady at all a while ago. I like to. I said, "My God, is he going to see the deer?"
You got me on that one.
I'd give anything in the world
You got me good on
to
that.
have had my camcorder and
been videoing you.
I about done a backflip. I flipped over back and laid flat on my back, grabbed my heart. I thought I was gonna have a heart attack. That thing scared me. I was just about standing on top of the deer before I seen it. I was looking so hard for blood. I had my reading glasses on. I can't see squat without my reading glasses anymore. I might start taking them with me in the woods. But I could have found that blood even without my reading glasses once we started.
Yeah, once you found
blood.
it there, but you couldn't have followed that. Well, see, he didn't stay on that trail all the way.
I did the right thing.
Yeah.
Coming out of the woods, there was no blood to follow. I heard him crash. I thought I heard him crash, but you never know. You never know what a deer is doing. He might have just busted through some brush or something. I couldn't find no blood. The best thing to do is back off, leave him alone. You know, he really didn't. I know it sounds like it's a long ways from where I shot him, but this deer probably didn't live 3 minutes top.
No, it didn't.
Couldn't have.
It would have been dead up there on the hill.
Oh, he was wide open.
But it heard you getting down or something.
Until he crashed. No, He crashed on that hill. I was still in my stand. He crashed on that hill. And I heard him get right back up, and I heard him run right down here and crash again. That's what I heard. It's just like I heard it. And then I sat in my stand for 15 minutes. I couldn't stand. I knew the deer was dead. I just couldn't stand. I had to get down. Over and looked at my arrow, and there's blood all over my arrow. And there wasn't a single drop of blood from my arrow anywhere. No, I couldn't find a single drop of blood. So I cut across where he ran across the holler. And I said, well, I know I marked my last spot where I seen him. I started looking there, and I spent 30 minutes looking on that ridge for blood, and I couldn't find a drop of blood. And I said, well, I'm going home. I'll go home, I'm gonna look at the video, and come back and get Daddy to help me. Look at all the gray in his face.
Yeah.
That's an old deer. Gosh, it's gonna be a
He's
pretty
4.5, 5.5 years old.
A lot of gray. He was so alert coming through there. I almost got busted. I drew my bow back and had to stop and hold my bow without drawing it.
I got to get up or do something I can't.
And then he looked away and I got to finish drawing my bow. I almost got busted by him. That would hurt. That'd have hurt my feelings if I'd have got busted. Because there wasn't nothing between me and him but air. Then when I made that shot, I didn't have but one hole. And I knew if I didn't make that shot there, you seen all the tracks he's fixing to go into. I wasn't going to get another shot at him. I had to take that shot. That was the only shot he's going to give me. And I made a great shot.
I don't think he'd have made no better shot. Perfect. Double lung.
Great shot. No blood.
Stayed behind them shoulders this time, didn't you, buddy?
That was on my mind when I released. It was on my mind. I was thinking, don't get the shoulder, don't get the shoulder. Make sure you get behind the shoulder. I've been holding so tight that shoulder. It's scary. But you know, every time I hold tight to the shoulder, the arrow don't go through the deer, but they don't go 100 yards, they dead. But it tears my arrow all to pieces. It tears the meat all up. But they dead, they down.
I got him back to the house, and we just had to take a few more pictures of this buck, because folks, you just don't get to kill a deer like this in Alabama very often.
He's a big body deer. You know, I killed that one four-finger wide deer one time. And you see what he ended up being? Deer was so old and
Yep.
didn't have no teeth left in his head and
Had knots all over it.
didn't have no antlers at all. But he had a 4-finger wide track. I hunted that deer religiously, just on the track alone.
Now, I'd say he fits right in.